to fill the gaps. So this is the same yellow and green that we've used through the painting. Does not have to be perfect. Hi friends, welcome to this class. So we're going to paint this farm scene. I am going to first wet the paper. So I'm going to use my flat 40 brush, so larger brush, to cover these areas faster. This is a cold press, but it feels like hot pressed. So technically it's almost like painting on a hot press. So you actually want to have like a nice nice cold press paper with texture because that will give you more time to apply colors before the paper dries. When you don't have much texture, the paper will dry faster. So I'm avoiding the barns here, and then I'm gonna go right above this fence here. Try to take advantage of the shape of your brush because it's kind of like easier almost to go next to these pieces. So the fence right here. And here's my palette. So I have Quinn Red, Burnt Sienna, Van Dyke Brown, Midazolam Yellow. I just reactivated some ISO Yellow since I have it. Zap Green, and here's the thing, I have these blues, right? Because this is from a different painting, a palette. So I already have Cobalt Turquoise Light, Cobalt Blue, Phthalo Blue. So I'll probably just use these colors for the sky in general. Indigo and some Frost Sienna, although I don't think I'll use much of it, maybe over the fence. So I am going to grab a flat brush, different flat brush. Well, it's the same brand, it's just that this is a flat 24, not a 40. So I'm gonna start with the sky. Actually, I want a smaller brush just because I don't have that much room for the clouds and so on. But the clouds, I'm gonna use yellow, blue, red. This is my size 20. So it is the clouds, like the bottoms, we can see it's bluish, right? But we want to create more like a blue gray, I'd say, to show that there's like some nice shadows. So first I am going to grab a little bit of the blues that I have. So please don't worry about matching the colors. I'm just trying to use up the palette so I don't waste the colors. And I'm going to grab a little bit of red with the blues that I have here. Otherwise, I would just go with a phthalo blue. Now, whatever I'm not going to apply colors, that's going to be for my clouds. The areas are going to be for my clouds. So let's say I want clouds here, maybe there. I'm going to grab more paint. This is more like a milk-like ratio, maybe half and half, just so we can see the different values for the blue, since the top, I want it to be a little darker. There you go, something like that. And I'm gonna grab, so my regular quill size 2. And for the clouds, I'm gonna grab a little more of the red, and there's my yellow, so yellow, red, more like a heavy cream-like ratio, and then the blues. But I want this to be more bluish. There you go. It's kind of like grabbing the blues and then blending it slightly with the red and yellow. So it's a little different shade. And then whenever I want to add these shadows, but you know what? This is not right, the ratio, because the paint just does not move. And sometimes it's good. I don't want the paint to move. But in this case, I actually do want it to move a little bit more because otherwise it's kind of going to be stuck in that one area. So this is where I'm going to create some shadows for these clouds. Right underneath, basically, a little more of the red and yellow. And the paint is not spreading as much as I wish, actually. So I'm just going to add a little more water. What you can do, actually, is start by painting, this is a little more blue, by painting these clouds first, like all these shadows, and then you paint add the colors for the sky around the blues. Although this is almost too dry, I'm going to go through this one more time, just on the bottom here, because I don't want to go too high. But I'm going to grab some of this yellow here and green, but more like a milk-like ratio. And right here, I'm going to add some of these colors. Now, the problem is that the top the sky is like almost like feels damp. And just adding the trees, but maybe more yellow with it because otherwise I add too much blue, I feel like. So more yellow right above the barns and everything else. Now, what you notice is like I added colors here. That's to, and then I wetted the paper. That's because I need to keep this wet. So I'm gonna grab even more milk licorice of the green and some yellow, just so this stays wet longer for me because I'm not even here yet. Like I have to do the trees first. You want for specific painting because then you know what the effect is gonna be like, right? This is a little more of the sap green with some Van Dyke brown. Just adding some more of the colors. And let's see, we have all this grass here. And then we have the lovely fence. Now it's kind of like a nice shade of green, but I need more yellow, especially here. So I'm actually gonna squeeze more of the yellow. This is my imidazzle yellow. There's different ways to paint these landscapes. Like there's so many different ways. It's just up to you, the approach. Like, do you want it loose? Do you want it more detailed? So I still have this brush that I was painting the clouds with, and I grabbed some more of the yellow. What I should really do is clean the brush. So something like this, and then I could grab like thicker paint, like a heavy cream, or even cream top of that Van Dyke brown, maybe some indigo, just to apply it like here and there inside that stream or path. Like I guess it looks more like I'm doing creating a path, but I can lift the colors to make more sense out of it. So more like a cream top of the Van Dyke brown, some indigo, and apply it somewhere whenever I want to show there's tree trunks. Heavy cream or cream top, it's even better, but it depends how wet your paper is. To fill the gaps. So this is the same yellow and green that we've used through the painting. Does not have to be perfect when you fill these spots. Actually, to me, the less perfect, the better. So there's my fence. We'll work on the shadows and everything else later. And this is all too wet. All right, so if anything, I'll maybe splatter some yellow for the flowers, although it's a little late because I removed washi tape, right? So thank you so much for your time, and please let me know if you have any questions.